currently in the middle of trying to build. Though actually, I'm in the middle of trying to cancel a build so I can start a new build. But we're pretty close. I got the auto leaving thing. It will be in this build if the network shuts down. And there's back buttons in all the rooms, but I realized the back button in the flop room was really badly placed, so I had to move it. Or I have to move it. I'm gonna just make it so that you can't go back. I don't know. Maybe you can only go back in the
Tutorial.
flop room.
Oh,
Well, no, you can go back in the tutorial and every other room, but like the buttons just don't look right if we don't have a good way to display them. Everything just isn't positioned right to handle a back button in the top left corner, which is where it really should be. Or what we should do is just have an escape menu, but I didn't want to set that up.
I could make a layout for something like that, cause yeah, I don't think we have a ton of room for more buttons.
We don't. We really need to just make an escape menu, but we don't have it in right now, so I just haven't done it. If you want to mock up what it should look like, that would save me some time. Ideally, continue
You want
to
this
use
on the
scene
canvas or
buttons.
as a thing that actually comes into the scene?
For now, just use scene buttons, because I think that's the way we're going. Like, the canvas stuff is nice, but it can be a pain. And, like, I think everything should be interactable through the hands, right? Like, you have a hand. You should be able to, like, click all the menu buttons with that hand. So, if you could just use the scene buttons, that would be ideal. If it's a pain in the ass,
The restart button
just
we
use
hardly
one.
ever used. Is a back button more valuable there?
Restart button, I don't know, we don't really play around in co-op much, so like maybe it would be useful, I don't know. But we definitely don't need the hide code button because that doesn't actually do anything. I should remove that. Right now the code just sits there. Oh, but that's we're still only talking about co-op room anyway. Co-op room, it has plenty of space for it. It's just the flop room that doesn't.
In the flop room, like I feel like clearing things. Maybe in the panel mode, there should just be something that clears everything and resets your stickers all back on the bottom or something.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need like a way to retrieve them. We still need that in the flop mode. Like if you accidentally delete one of your stickers, you should be able to retrieve it from some sort of collection.
Yeah, I also. I'll wait till Dave and Jeff get here because I want everybody to. I don't want everybody's input on it, but I have another thing that I think that was critical. We in the beginning kept saying how critical it was, and then it just sort of got forgotten, and I think it's actually becoming critical now. Especially after playing with Rami.
Jesus, it's fucking canceling a build takes longer than building. It's insane.
What happens if you just shut your computer down right now?
I don't know. It's insane. It's just been fucking canceling for 27 minutes. I started the build, it was 10 minutes in, and I was like, oh shit, I need to fix something.
There's no way I would have made it past 12 minutes without just shutting my computer down.
I can just cancel the process or close the process, and that would work, but I don't know what it's cleaning up in the background. So I didn't want to leave a bunch of garbage there. Alright, one sec. But yeah, we're very close. I think once I get this next build out with the back button for the flop mode in a better spot, and also the same thing with the room code, I think I'll place the room code will only be visible in the flop room, or maybe actually in the ready up room. That's where it should be visible only. It should only be visible in the ready up room, and then yeah, that's how it should work. then it'll go away with the ready up room. So I really just need to place it in the ready up room's local stuff. Or not the room, but the mode.
I also
Game
need
state.
to replace the dots, what's the word Jeff uses for them?
The halftone dots.
Halftone things in the tutorial room, since like it looks like there's no black bars, which I'm glad for, but I'd like it to be in the corners on the actual website. I also need to replace the gun. It's like kind of like, because I recentered it, I forgot to re-center its spawn point. If I do that as part of the canvas, it should automatically, or will it not? I don't know. Not that it really matters.
The canvas, the resizing stuff doesn't mean shit anymore because I force it to be a 16:9 aspect ratio always. At some point we should probably handle that more elegantly.
But it
right
will
now.
always put it like at the edge of the whatever size it is, if it's on the edges, right, or something like that. Like I know in some rooms when I make it bigger and smaller, some things like go along with that, some things don't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like some things stay with their position relative to the edge of my screen when I resize it in the editor, and some things don't. I thought it was
you have to just set their anchors and stuff. That's how that stuff works. You can control where it scales and stuff like that, but because I don't...
On the canvas, you mean?
Yeah, on the canvas, but because I don't... I automatically force the canvas to be the exact same aspect ratio, the scaling won't look... Like that anchor stuff won't mean anything because it's always 16:9 ratio. So it's just scaled by the size, that's it. The thing that could happen is if you have a canvas that's not in view space, or not in camera space rather, but is in screen space, then you can have UI that goes outside those black bars and it looks really bad. So you have to make it a camera space or a canvas. Or just use our scene system. Alright, I'm gonna fucking force cancel this. This is insane. It should not take fucking an hour and a half to cancel.
I'm going to really quickly add something to the main menu button script to turn it invisible when he's talking.
Something to the main menu? What?
In the tutorial room, sorry, the main menu button. Actually, this might be in several rooms, so I probably shouldn't do it, right? But I'll make a new script for it. I'm saying in the tutorial room, the main menu button is like not overlapping with, but very close to his text, and I'd like to make it invisible while he's talking.
Yeah, I mean, you can just set the game object invisible, like turn off the game object.
Yeah, I can do that in the tutorial.
Yeah, manager, just turn it off. Give yourself a reference to the game object and turn it off. Alright, let me go back to... the people that maintained netcode for Game Out NGO did get back to me, and they're like, we can't reproduce your bug. Here's our project. Does it happen on your system? And it doesn't. Well, they didn't say it doesn't happen on their system, but they gave me the project, and I tried it, and it doesn't happen on their stuff. So I don't know what the fuck the problem is. But I do know that it happened as soon as I upgraded from Unity 6 to Unity, or from Unity 2022 to Unity 6. So something in that upgrade process broke it.
I just don't know what it could be if it's not in their stuff, because it's literally syncing the movement, the thing that.
It's there's none of my code in there. Like the only thing I can think is that somehow I'm getting into a bad state. Like something that I do when I spawn the thing puts it into a bad state that just causes this bug downstream.
Do you still
I
do
have no
the
idea.
like offline replacing stickers thing?
Yeah, but that has no, like the replacement stuff has nothing to do with it. It's the
That's just the only thing out of the ordinary that I could think of.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. The game object itself is the network game object is the network game object. It just is that. When it comes in, it doesn't matter. And all the other stuff's on the network game object syncs. It's very strange. I'll look at it more closely over the weekend, but it might just be time to switch to Photon. Alright, let me go into the flop room real quick and change these variables, or change the position of these things. Or at least just stick them in the ready up state.
If I turn the game object off for the main menu button, is that going to fuck anything? While he's talking, and then turn it back on, is going to fuck anything up?
If you turn...
If I disable it, like make it
No, that
inactive in
button
the
should
hierarchy.
be... No, that button really doesn't do much other than... just, run something when you click it. That's all it does. Yeah, it doesn't do really anything other than run something when you click it, so it should be fine. Alright, and then this one really needs to live. I'll give the flop state a reference to it for now. I hear someone fucking scratching around back there. Out there.
Oh, it might be me chewing.
Sounds a lot like handwriting, but...
Sounds sick, Dave.
No, I just sneezed. My ribs today.
Also, when you're when your hips are bad, like before you got your surgery, what did you ever? I'm having back pain. I'm wondering if it might actually be a hip issue. Did you ever have any like kind of pain that could be easily mistaken for back pain, or is it like literally your hips hurt with it?
It was like inside where the hips joint actually is.
Okay.
I mean, I do feel like it caused me, like, I always thought it was just because the way it was like compensating and walking all fucked up. It did also cause me back pain. But it's not like a sharp, like, oh, something's like fucked up or broken in here type of pain.
I keep fucking tweaking my back, and it's always in this one spot by right where my back connects to like my hip. Like I can feel my pelvic bone, the little ridge of it, like always near where the pain is, pretty much.
I feel like I started paying more attention to my posture when I'm sitting because I sit down so freaking often, and that really does make a fucking difference.
If I want to check if something is active, it's what? It's just .set active is false?
You want to check if it's
I want to
active, or
check
you
if
want
it's
to set
active.
it? Then you do game object dot active self or active in hierarchy. Might be is active in hierarchy. One will be, the first one is if the game object itself is active. The second one is if the game object is active and all its parents are active.
And to make it inactive or active, it's set active, true or false.
Yeah, it was set active with the true or false argument inside the. It's a method, not a property.
Alright, I should do that. And
Like 5 more minutes, and then sorry, we can start the meeting. I just want to get this thing starting to build because it takes an hour and a half to build.
what is the little? There's a little drop down with a Unity symbol with the word default or test with a little cog and the play button over it, but next to the play button in the editor now. That Unity 6 thing that I've just never noticed before.
Sorry, what are you saying? I was not fully
Next to the
listening
play
at
button in
first.
the editor, there's a drop down that says default or test.
Oh, that's Uni multiplay thing. So I did add that back to the project, and does seem to be working now. They updated it a couple of times, so now it seems to be working. So now you don't need to use Peril Sync if you want to test multiplayer. I'll show you how it works at some point in the future. It's not relevant right now.
With SurveyMonkey, you can know what they want.
Our hotel is the best in the world. At the end of the week, you will be an entirely different person.
What happens in Thailand stays in Thailand.
Amen.
Amen.
It seems to be working, but it got weirdly buggy or weirdly laggy for a second there.
Oh, 1 second. I think I know what that was.
Okay, that time it worked. Is it gonna fuck anything up for you if I push this right now?
Alright, I'm back. No, I mean you can push. Just that's what I won't pull it until I need to pull it. So the lag is because of the asset bundles they're in. It's using asset bundles, but I don't preload it, and I was having trouble setting up the preload thing. So the first time ever that you create a sticker, it's going to be a little slower because it has to load the whole asset bundle.
Oh,
And
okay.
then
I thought it
every
was the
sticker after that
particles
will be
because of the poof, but yeah, that makes
No,
sense.
no, it's the asset bundle stuff. I need to fix that. That's something I probably should fix before we send it out to anyone we care about. But we can still send it out, I think, tomorrow if we want.
Oh, alright. Speaking of, since everybody's here now, while we're talking about things we want done before we send it out to the big fish, should we replace the erase button for now with a word bubbles button that automatically populates setups and punchlines like we had in the original? Because I think that Rami and people who are playing this for the first time will really, really benefit from that. I think it will go a long way towards people who might not be so inclined to writing their own jokes on the spot. At least they can get it started that way. I also thought maybe I could write something to detect scenarios or when what stickers were active and dynamically do it. So like for example, if you had the lemonade stand and at least 2 characters, we do, hey, so and so, what you selling? Like Jeff's comic, as one of the pre-populated things. That would be a later on thing, but I think at the beginning we can just do random ones, and I think I could check for these states. I think it should be like 1 per sticker. I would write a specialized case for like oh, if this and this happen, this happens, and then if it doesn't find that's those conditions to be true, it just throws out a random one like it was in the beginning. I'm not like married to replacing the erase button with it or anything. In fact, I think it creates a weird redundancy where like now we have 2 ways to create a word bubble, and there has to be a solve for that. But I do think before somebody played this for the first time, if I wanted them to have the best experience, I think I would want that in.
I mean,
That whole system seems elaborate. I don't think we
Mhm.
need to have it in before we send it to some bigger names.
It doesn't need to
but
be
we,
the detecting scenarios thing. That's a way later thing. But I do think before the outer sloth or whoever we would want to see this sees it, I think it would go a real long way to have a button, a way to have them get a random phrase out like we had talked about in the beginning.
Yeah, we can definitely have something like that.
Like I think I would say that's higher priority than score screen.
What if just when you change the pose on the word bubble?
Yeah, that's a great way to actually, like not have a redundant button. Yes, that's a good idea.
Wait, so sorry, I'm still testing stuff, so I'm only half listening.
Or the post button is the type of word bubble right now, but one of the buttons we could, for the word bubble, we could replace with that, maybe just replace the erase
Well, just
on.
make it come with when you change the poses. Just have them cycle through and,
So it would change the
Yeah,
type of
we
word
need to
bubble
make it
and the
obvious that you
words.
can edit the word bubble when you right click it. It's not obvious. You
Actually, that might
can,
be fun.
but there's no cursor right now. So like that's something I need to add in. But yeah, we need to make it obvious that when you if we do that, we need to make it obvious that when you right click again, you can clear out the text in the word bubble. You're editing it.
The only
That whole word bubble system needs to be a little better so that like when you want, you can like highlight text and stuff by clicking into it.
if it is the case that there is.
Honestly, you should probably just devote a part of the bottom area to word bubbles if you want to be able to do some of that shit.
I think they just pop up from the bottom and become their own UI. Like they just we had it that way, but the animations broke because I probably used world space instead of local space.
I mean, we could do something. I think Dave's sort of implying like a dedicated UI for editing the word bubble itself.
No, I
or...
meant like I don't know.
Sounded to me like you just meant a bar.
That you have to like start typing to see any sort of UI indicating.
That is true. He did not realize when Rami played. He was like, "How do I do word bubbles?" And we had to be like, "Just start typing." That is tutorialized in the tutorial, but plenty of people are gonna skip the tutorial.
And yeah, plenty of people will not realize. I do agree that plenty of people will not realize they could do word bubbles by just typing.
Like having a word bubble or something on the bottom that you could just rip off like a post-it note, right?
You could have something like that. We could also just have text on the bottom for the easiest thing for right now is to have some text on the bottom that says start typing to create a word bubble. That quickly solves the problem right now. It's maybe not the most elegant, like best final solution.
Whatever. Once they do it, it goes away forever, right? Once they do it, it's gone. Just like the click on Mr. Ideas. And...
I wouldn't even care if it's just like a tiny little bit of text on the bottom right that stays there forever for right now.
I would want it to go away once they put it in, at least until they relaunch the game in case they forgot. But like once they do it, they know. Or, like I don't think it needs to stay there forever. But yeah, that's fine. But back to like the the random things though, is like if we if people have to discover it by fiddling with the tools, the pose and everything on the word bubble after, I think most people won't find it. I would like it so, like, I wish that I'm trying to think of an elegant way to do it where like it would just be easily discoverable without having to put something in the tutorial room. Could just put a tutorial thing about it. If we did that, but I really do. I was watching through the Rami
We
video
need to get rid of
again.
the audio too. I didn't realize there's still audio in the flop mode. It needs all audio needs to be out for now. Alright, I'm just finishing testing it, and yep, the main menu button comes back, and then when I hit back, everyone gets dumped out to the main menu. Awesome. Okay, ideally, long term, we'll have a system like the newest Jackbox survey game where you stay in your group and you just pick you can transition to different modes.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. But right now we don't. Alright, let me get rid of the sound.
So it would just kick you back to the join room, pre-start join room.
Yeah, we'd have like a lobby, I guess, with like the modes that you can select, kind of just like the Jackbox one has. We'll just steal it from there. That's a good idea. Alright. Alright, let me remove the audio. Turn this off, turn this off.
But yeah, the two things he seemed to struggle with was knowing how to do the word bubbles, which is technically solved for with the tutorial room, but I do still think even people playing this game that are, business people might skip it.
Should I throw that in right now? Just a small text on the bottom right.
Yeah, you
Actually,
put
no,
it
it
in
can't be
there
on the
for now.
bottom right. I'll put it in the middle actually, because the bottom right is where the timer is. Alright, yeah, let me throw it in the bottom right.
Make sure it's that Steel City comic font. It's the only one that's in the game, unless you have put the fonts in. Started putting fonts in, but
I did not. Again.
Whenever I have to make I can't remember if we have to make them into assets somehow or if it just recognizes them. But yeah, if you just want to throw a bunch of fonts in there, and then like going forward, I think we talked about this before. With all the buttons, you can just make the buttons with no text, and then just tell me what font you want on it, and then we can. Then we don't have to worry about, okay, well, we want this to say this now and blah, blah, blah. Make a new image. But so Dave, what you were suggesting though is putting it on the pose button. So when you hit the pose, it goes from like a word bubble to a thought bubble and gives you a random new phrase.
It comes populated with a phrase. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's fine. I don't see any downside to that.
It'll just be a simple way to get it.
Yeah, I don't want any more buttons and eventually that erase thing. I was thinking of like, oh, we'll get rid of the erase for now because we're not using it, but like eventually that's coming back, right? So, or unless we do erase as a mode, like the panel mode, but either way, I don't really have strong feelings about that. But I do like the UI coming from the stickers having 5 buttons if it's aligned in a line, and I think aligned in a line is the best way to keep it on screen when the stickers are at the edges. So I'd like to keep an odd number of buttons, ideally.
Okay. Added some help text. That should turn on when the create state turns on. Anything else before I start building? It's a whole fucking commitment.
Can you pull in my changes for the?
Yes. Yeah, I can do that.
Hey, Bubba. What's that?
Done. Part of the Devil May Cry 2.
Right on. Is this the original Devil May Cry 2 for like PlayStation 2 or something? I couldn't remember if they remade that game.
Souls 1, I've learned to stop judging off their crap.
Ooh. Important. Wait, you play Roblox? You learned that lesson already. I bet those two occupy different spaces in video games, though. And
No, I think Dark Souls and Roblox occupy the same space.
Yeah, I am constantly like this generation of game developers that are, you know, in their early 20s now are super influenced by Roblox, and I think we're going to see a lot of cool games come out of that. I would argue we already have with Lethal Company. I think that Road to Granby's game he plays is kind of amazing. It's kind of like it's one of those games where it's just like you build stuff and everything's part of a physics simulation kind of, and some of the stuff that you build and the stories he was telling me from it are fucking amazing. He walked me through his whole process of how he built his current mech, and like how he put the stabilizers on this part, because his original mech worked basically by like turning stabilizers off and on so that his robot would stand up straight at first and then like kick out a leg in front of him and then just sort of fall on that and then do that again over and over, so it sort of lurched forward. And now he's got these complex hydraulics and it's cool.
Hydraulics and shit.
It's like it's janky as shit, but it's still really cool. It also looks like the first area at least looks like the most Roblox ass shit, but also he was telling me how like everybody when you play multiplayer, you get like a little garage, basically that's your garage somewhere randomly along this. It's basically a road is the whole game, although I guess if you walk away from the road it infinitely generates stuff for that biome, but there's only one road and you're meant to travel down it for about 30 minutes till you get to the end of the game. That's the actual game. Most people don't play that way. They just build stuff in their garages and store things in their garages and play it almost like a survival game with no hunger mechanics. And like he built this thing basically to like jack into people's garage doors, which are also physics objects that are supposed to be locked, but like it like knocks it off the fucking track and like the whole garage door just collapses so he could rob everybody.
Okay. Let me also check here. One last thing. Game state present. I'm starting a timer here, but how come I don't see the timer? I guess it doesn't matter so much. I do remember Rami being like, "Oh, is it gonna move on to the next person?" I think he said he was like implying like the present state takes too long.
Yeah, I
Isn't
thought he
it,
asked if
um,
he needed to do
go
something to
back?
move it on, maybe, or something like that. I can't remember.
Well,
He
there
said
are
like,
the
"Is this gonna
arrows
move
in there,
on?"
isn't there?
There are what?
There are those arrows if you want to
That's the
move
vote
something.
state.
Yeah.
The present state,
Okay.
like you're presenting your thing. That one is right now. The timing on it is might be a little bit long for, especially for new people like that don't have a big long comic. Like we're using text bubbles, so like it seems sometimes we're like, oh, we don't have enough time to read these comics. But
Yeah,
I
there
think so for someone
is.
that doesn't have much in there.
Yeah, that's true. There is no good
Add 5
single
seconds
number
per.
you could set it at. You could look at the amount of text in text bubbles in there and set it based on that, I guess. But the best way to do it is just to have the presenter move it on, or if they don't know how to move it on, then maybe we can actually look at maybe just the number of word bubbles.
No, like it should just be a constant amount of time, but you can skip through it if you want to. But like for right now, for sending this out for people to look at,
Well, if you make it a constant amount, right, then it has to be set to the longest it could possibly be, right? Which is what it is now, which is why it's too long.
Just put a timer ticking down so they know it's
it's
going so
16
long,
seconds right now.
and it's not. They don't have to do
Yeah,
it.
the best answer is to put a timer, is to put the timer in that state. Let me see how hard that would be. Original timer, so start timer, timer not start timer, and vote.
I think that's a good thing for the prototype for now till we come up with a better solution, but I don't think I would want that in ultimately in the end.
How am I moving this on? Where the fuck is my timer? There it is. I do have the timer. Why doesn't it show? Time. I don't have any code to hide the timer. Let me just run that thing. Where's my... I do love having this test setting. These settings are tied to a scriptable object, so now I can test them really easily. Alright, this is the last thing I'm doing. Then I'm gonna start building. While I test this, though, if you guys want to figure out, like, after this I build, we should be pretty good to send it to the first set of people. I don't know when we want to do that.
I was thinking Wednesday or Thursday because people are in a good mood on Friday. But
We also could use one more day to like, I guess, fully test everything just to make sure it works. We won't get that tonight because it's gonna take me too long to build. If you guys are down to like meet tomorrow or something to just to run a test.
Yeah, I think I could.
I can do that any night this week except or tomorrow, but not any night this week. Other than that, although maybe on the
I have Thursday off, so no ice.
Alright, let me see where the network is. Yeah, I think tomorrow makes sense then for that, because it is Where the fuck is my time? Because then that gives me a day to fix things. If we're shooting for Thursday to send things out, that gives me a day to fix things. Which could be nice. In case we find something that's broken, but hopefully nothing is broken. Where the fuck is my... Oh, network timer. Okay, it is off. Why are you not visible? Because it's 0. Interesting. Ah, I see. Start time. Okay. Excuse me.
Also, if we just need something to kill time, I did start looking through the free music archive just for vibes. Nothing final, though I did note which ones were actually, you know, fully free to use versus which ones aren't. The only one that I think I would actually use for it permanently, unfortunately, is no using for commercial projects. Free for everything except unless you're gonna sell it. Although I could reach out to the guy, but I think it's just a good thing to show to somebody else or to like do like a style board. But I pasted on the second a whole bunch of music. I really like the one I really like is not the whole thing because I think it becomes a little weird and kind of psychedelic halfway through. So I wouldn't not psychedelic, maybe like slightly reggae, but the first little bit of it, if you go to the one called Moods for Stacy, I think this is when I was looking for music, I was thinking I want the vibe of this to be like a little bit jazzy, a little bit like fiddly, and like the things I was thinking were like Cowboy Bebop, the Bossa Nova theme from the Switch store, or from the Wii store. You know, the
Yeah, I know that.
yeah.
I know that song.
Like something between those two things, maybe a little bit of wackiness like yakety sax or something in there. And I think Moods for Stacy was the closest thing I found. If anyone wants to listen to like the first 30 seconds of it with me before it turns all reggae. Even the reggae part is cool, just maybe not the vibe for...
Right. Yeah.
Let me know when you have it ready, Jeff.
Yeah. Oh, I already started.
Oh, right on.
I'll start over again. No.
What do you think?
I think it's just slightly too high energy.
Yeah, I was thinking for the winner screen up to second. If I could just steal this, I would take up to second 24 and I'd make that the winner screen, and then you get dumped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would not be a
Oh.
main menu thing, but it's
Oh no. Yeah, that's good.
it's got the vibe I think I'm looking for. There are other ones. All the other ones have pieces of what I'm looking for, but not quite. Though there is one called there's one called Half Machine that I think is pretty good, specifically when the theremin comes in, but it doesn't really super fit this game. But if I could chop it up, I think I could make something that would fit this game, and I can chop it up because it's totally free. I do want us to make the music for this ourselves, or my second option would be someone from Philly Game Mechanics could help us out, because all the sound people are always looking for stuff to do. But if we did ultimately decide the sound design and music was something we couldn't do ourselves, Free Music Archive is a great resource. It has all the licenses and exactly what they mean right on the page.
I think it would be nice to find someone to make it, like hire someone to do it,
Yeah.
if we could afford it. Give someone
Also,
an opportunity.
yes, I would like to do that for Philly Game Mechanics since they've been so awesome, but like, I also wouldn't be against, like, if I reached out to the artist that made this and was like, hey, can we pay to use this? And he was like, yeah, cool, what are you doing? And I was like, we're working on a game. Do you want to make us a bunch of shit and then pay that guy? I'd be down for that too. They're already on my good side because all their shit is free, totally free. Or not this guy, rather. I'm thinking of somebody else. Never mind. That is wrong. The one who does the one I said I could chop up. Dave, did you listen to Moods for Stacy? If you're here.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm into it. Generally. Sounds very, I don't know if it's just my speakers or something. It sounds kind of like blown out or something.
Maybe, it's like, it's got like a, the songs on this whole album that this comes from, I think had like kind of like a, like a underlying radio staticky thing to them. Maybe it's that. Are you listening to it on not headphones?
I'm listening to it on headphones.
Any other influences for the style board of the music though? Yeah, like I said, mine would be Cowboy Bebop, specifically Tank, like the main theme. Bossa Nova, Wii menu, and Yakety Sax. Jeff's probably running through Squirrel Nut Zippers, and if you're thinking in the same way as me.
What is the name? It's like, it's in the mushroom episode, Mushroom Hunting.
Ooh, oh yeah, that's a great one. That's the one that's like it's got bongos and it's like
Yeah, it starts off like, oh wait.
it's doing something cheeky and kind of corny, like counting or something. Is that am I?
Like it like lists a whole bunch of
A whole bunch of mushroom foods.
like places.
Okay, maybe that is what I'm thinking of. But yes, I can't play that one on my stream. I'll get muted, and I don't want us talking to get muted because it won't just mute the song. We'll mute like 5 minutes after the song.
Yeah.
They are aggressive with that shit.
Okay, let's try this. This won't be perfect, but it may have some weird behavior, but if it works, it works.
Yeah, if anyone could think of music or sounds. I definitely want a spotlight turning on sound for players joining. I also started drawing. I might do a sticker pack of insect characters,
Bug guys.
bug dudes. Originally, my idea was to do like something between Where the Wild Things Are and those Mr. Grumpy books that we had when we were kids. Dave, you remember? Like it's like Little Miss
Mr.
something.
Tickle.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Tickle was one of them. So I want to do something between Where the Wild Things Are and that, and call it like Monster Friends or something like that, and make it like a kids book style. I still want to do that, but turns out the drawings in Where the Wild Things Are really good, and I'm not a good enough artist to do quite that. I could do the other style, like the Mr. So and So style, but with like Where the Wild Things Are character design, where they have like duck feet and
Monster
whatever.
Random. I'm just playing rivals.
That's what I have to say.
What's the issue?
That I didn't write something as true. I also don't know if this is gonna have any side effects. Basically, the problem is the server runs all the timer for the presenting stuff, and it just tells people when to present and when they're done presenting. So I have to use some other way to force the
Oh, you're trying
timer
to
to
put
start
in.
on the client.
Oh, okay, timer. I thought you were trying to put in the player hits a button to go forward.
No, that's fucking that's a whole system. I will not have time for that. This should work, but I'm worried it's gonna have side effects.
So with the timer, why does it have to? Why does it looking at? Are you telling you when you start and stop? Why does that matter
So
for that?
normally, like when anyone that joins any state, I give them like the way it works is everyone starts their own timer locally, and then as a server at the very end of a state, I actually give you like 5 seconds to check in. So if you're behind by like 5 seconds, you still get your full time. And then but I do also resync
Oh, in the
your
creation
time.
mode you're talking about right now. Yeah. Around.
I also do resync your time too every once in a while to keep you kind of close to the right time. But when I on the present mode, that's the only mode right now that works by the server runs all the timer locally, and then it just tells people, "Hey, your turn to present. Go present." And then it waits for them, and if they don't check in, then it skips them and moves on.
I mean,
But the problem with that is I need to tell them to start a timer basically for each person. Like you don't get told that someone new is presenting. You just see the new stuff come in automatically. But I think this fix should work. But then let's see here. It'll only start at 10 seconds, which there it goes. It just sync. So it only comes in at the 10-second mark for the other person because basically that's my sync interval. So at the sync interval, it will be like, okay, hey, you don't have a timer running? A timer's running. And it'll it'll be like, oh shit, a timer should be running, and start a timer for the rest of the time. So it's not perfect, but it's fine. It works well enough, right? But my only worry is that will cause the time. You can't run a timer if another timer's already running, and if someone's significantly behind, then they will. Oh, also there should be a fucking button here. Hold on. I want the screenshot button in this scene so that you can take a screenshot on the round winner. At very least. 1 second. Anyway, it's not a big deal. If I had time to fix it properly, it wouldn't actually be. I would know it was working. But I just want to get this fucking thing built and out so that we can start hearing back from people, or start waiting to not hear back from people.
You might like this one if you're thinking of Wii music.
Boop, 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 boop.
Wii Music should be fine to play on the stream if you want to paste it.
I mean, it's not from the Wii. It's
Yeah, whatever. I'm recording. I have the audio. I have a backup of the audio if I get muted. This would be a good main menu. The bass in this reminds me a little bit of the vibe of it, at least. I don't think I would want vocals.
no. I was thinking more just like the beginning.
The vibe, yeah. That bass reminds me so much of Earthbound for some reason. I'm gonna listen to Mushroom Hunting just because it's on the tip of my brain.
Making a website on Wix.
I might get muted for this, but
Let's kick the beat.
if I talk over it, it won't be as bad. Okay, actually. Yes, that's a real good one. I remembered the vibe, even if I didn't remember the actual melody. Listen to Half Machine, Jeff and Dave, and let me know.
I did listen to it.
Yeah, what do you think of the theremin part of that?
I like it.
It's a little too chiptune-y, but like
Yeah.
other than that, I really like it. If it wasn't so chiptune-y and it had more of the theremin part, or actually the theremin part isn't the only part I would want if it's not so chiptune-y. It's not even that chiptune-y, just enough. This is not a video game that I want to sound video gamey. That makes sense.
Okay, last test.
Oh, also, there should be a mode where we should just get a bunch of, all artists welcome, right? We just get a bunch of people to put some fucking music on here and make a mode where you get a random instrumental song, and you make a comic to it, and everyone gets a different one, and it plays while you present. That's Vibes 2. Vibes 1 was a word-based thing. Actually, maybe you could combine them somehow.
My last Samba one. Or you know how like watching the detectives sounds?
Launching the Detectives in...
Watching the Detectives by Elvis Costello.
I don't know if I know that song. I don't know anything about Elvis Costello's music. I know Decker loves him. I know a lot of people that I like him, but
They like him. Ooh.
Launching the Detectives.
I put a link in the...
I will definitely
That's
get copyright
more
struck
like...
for this. It won't even let me play it in YouTube. It's like, nope, you're not, or on Discord. It's like, you're not allowed to do this on Discord.
It's more like reggae.
I was gonna
than
say, is this what Elvis
somebody-
Costello sounds like? This is way more reggae than I was picturing.
No, this is not typical.
I do think a reggae-ish track could work for Stripped, but wouldn't be my initial go-to. But I could hear maybe during like the reggae parts of the that Moods for Stacy one, I was like, this feels like end menu if I was to use the whole thing. I don't know why, but when the reggae part comes in, I'm like, this sounds end menu-y to me. It did going through Free Music Archive, looking at it as like, can I use this in a game that I would sell? Much different from using it for game jams, where I know everything on there is okay for a game jam, because everything on there is fine as long as you're not selling the thing. But but a lot more songs are just like, I don't want you to make money with this, period. Some are like, you can, but you can't transform it, and you have to give credit if it's on a commercial project. Basically tells you those things. Whether you have to give credit if you use it, whether you're allowed to transform it. Which is weird to me because like music, especially hip hop, just sampling and taking things from other things like is such a thing. So at that point, couldn't you just, make your own hip hop song and say I'm sampling the part that I want? That'd be shitty though.
Okay. Almost there, guys. Almost there.
Also, I think I'll be able to, I think Dave's pack style should always be the main pack. It should always have the most stickers. This bugs one I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna make it nearly as big as Dave's. I'm thinking I might just do 8 bug characters and maybe like a I don't know, like a special font slash like something text based.
Non-creation.
Okay. Last test. I added the we'll have to test it in the live build. That might require a rebuild if I didn't position things right. I had the screenshot camera button to the present mode, so you can screenshot anything in while they're being presented. Seems like a no-brainer. Don't know why I didn't do it before. Oops. God, it's so nice though, being able to go back to the main menu if I click the wrong fucking button.
Yeah, that will be nice.
It's so
That will
nice
be
instead of
nice.
having to fucking manually restart the whole damn thing.
If you do that in the editor and you change code, like if I'm in a scene, I go to the next scene, I change code that only affects the first scene, and then I go back, will it still have to recompile?
That's why the fucking I don't have it active in this button, because you can't fucking touch things in this mode. The hand goes away. Damn it. Damn it. Alright, next time. Next time I don't feel like figuring that out right now. Because if I enable the hand, you'll be able to drag shit around, and that's gonna be a whole fucking thing.
There's probably a way to leave the button in there, or at that point you can replace the text about typing to get a word bubble with text that just says hit such and such a button to screen cap.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do that right now. It's dumb, but I like if we could get a group of people, like a publisher, to play it and actually screenshot something to share it.
Yeah, that would be a good thing to
right?
to
Like
be able to
that's
do.
like they get it, right? They understand exactly what we could do with this. Um, problem is, fuck it. I'll do it tomorrow. I can't do it right now. It's gonna take too long. If I'm gonna do it right, I need to. It really should just be that button. You click it, and that's it. And I can do that in like an hour of work. I just have to. It actually will. If everything goes well, it'll only take like 15 minutes, but I don't anticipate everything going well. Let me just build this out, and then we can test this. And if I have time before we test it tomorrow, I can put that stuff in.
Right on. Right on.
All right. Build. Build. All right, it's building. All right. Aside from that, hi puppy. You want my food? um. All right. What's our plan? What's our strategy here? Who are we sending it to? Do we have it, or do we like all the wording? We should figure
Um,
that out now. Sorry
didn't
that
I
it took me
share
so
a
long to
list
get
of
all
the
this in front of me.
ones of the first ones at some point?
Yeah, we should review
Yeah,
everything though. Make
I
sure
was
that we're good to go.
good with all of them except for that one that was just like the Chinese
Localization one.
translator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Um.
Should we not? Should we literally just skip those guys, or like it can't hurt to send it, even if it is somewhat irrelevant, because just more people seeing it. Although I don't know, we should have asked him that.
He
It
said
doesn't
just
matter.
shotgun it.
Yeah, he did say
Um.
just shotgun it. So
The biggest risk is like someone looking at it and being like, "Oh fuck, we could do this." But I mean, we're already gonna have that risk with anyone we send it to.
he literally talked about how Jackbox could potentially do that, but I don't think they will.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't think so either. I don't think that this actually fall. I bet you they thought about this when they made that Quiplash thing, and they're like, it's just too much effort for people to do.
Turned into champed up.
Like even Champed Up, like this is more complicated than Champed Up.
That's what I
Champed Up, you
mean. They
just
they
draw,
they
right?
down
Yeah, yeah.
downgraded to that.
Um.
We
All
are
right, so
asking
I'm reading
more,
over.
which is why I think that word
We
bubble
are,
thing.
yeah. I agree that having auto populating word bubbles makes sense. We also need to get rid of that fucking erase button, which we could easily replace with a make me a word bubble that's tied to this
That's what
person
I was
button.
originally thinking, but
Um,
Dave made a pretty compelling case for the other thing. I do like replacing it for now, because like and having an auto-generated word thing, because like yes, it's a little bit of a redundancy in that you can type, and maybe they only use that if we do it that way, and it gets a little confusing. Or if they play the tutorial, it shouldn't matter. They should know about both, but. Yeah, I do like the idea that it's just a button that somebody hits and it happens, rather than they have to type it in, pull it up to where they want it, hit the pose button. Um, but I do like the elegance of ultimately having that, like why not have it change when the thing changes from excited to thinking to that. That actually makes a lot of sense, and I think it's
as
really
long
elegant.
as we have to detect like, oh, they already edited this, so now we can't change. You know what I mean?
that would have to be in
Yeah,
there.
that's true. Yeah, we do. Yes, that's a good point.
Yeah. All right, so just reading through this thing, I haven't actually read it yet. Dear contact name, I think we should just leave that exactly as it is. It's perfect. My name is Name, and I am 1/4 of the indie dev team for Heartlamp. Do we want to even say how big our team is? Maybe we just say, and I am a representative from Heartlamp Games. That way we don't they can get that information from, but we don't want to dissuade anyone that's not looking for a smaller team or make them We give them enough to want to look into our project.
If it's a deal breaker, we're filtering those people out, I guess. But I guess you want to leave the people in just in case it's not a deal breaker, but a
Yeah,
slight
exactly.
deterrent, I guess, a bit maybe. But I
I
ultimately
think we rephrase this to remove the quarter. I think we give them just as much information as they need to be curious about our game, right? And we just put that information in.
All right,
If
then
every
what do I
sentence doesn't
how
serve
do
that,
I what do I update this sentence to? Because
I'll
I
just
am
say I'm a representative from, and I'm reaching out on behalf of Heartlamp Games. You could say Indie Studio.
I'm a team. How about I'm a team member at
Yeah, there you go.
Heartlamp Games. Are we Heartlamp Games or Heartlamp? For this email, we're Heartlamp Games because of the way I phrased the sentence. But ultimately, I think we're just Heartlamp.
Stripped is a party game for 3 to 4 or 6 players. It technically could be 1 to 6 players, right?
I think we leave this as is to encourage them to play with, give them the idea that they should play this with people the first time.
Yeah, but but if you don't have people, I want you to try it still. I don't want you to look at this and say, "Sorry, I don't have people. Move on, next one."
Isn't that why we should set up a
So the
timer? It's like, hey, we're gonna be playing at this time.
We
And
should, but
say
I
that
also think
to everybody.
it's just inaccurate to say 3 to 6. We can support a single player thing, so we should, let people know that. Do you guys agree? Disagree?
I disagree.
Personally, I think it's
I think
important
it's good the way it
I
is.
say
think
one.
we want to like keep it to what we actually have in the game right now.
There is no mode for one player currently. There is
Like,
Yeah,
a
there
yeah,
way
is.
to see the
Offline
tools.
mode. It's literally offline mode.
It's not a game though. It's a way to
It is a
use the
game.
tools.
That is a game. The tools are the game. I really think it would be a disservice to say 3 to 6 players because you can play this by yourself.
So the example email that I took this from was another multiplayer, a game not too dissimilar from ours. It was a trading card game type multiplayer game.
I mean, that's a very different game.
But it's a multiplayer game with where you need at least 2 people to experience it, and it didn't get the. My point isn't that this or that isn't a mode of our game. It's that it's just a better descriptor of the. Or rather, he used the phrasing for 2 to whatever players. It was a range, I believe.
Because he had probably had only modes where you can play against each other.
Maybe, I don't know.
I really think it's important to
But my
let
point
people know
being, I
that you
don't
don't
think
have
it
to
would
have.
dissuade somebody from trying the game, and I'll change it if people agree. I think it's fine as is.
If someone's saying, "I'm not looking for a multiplayer game," they stop right there.
I don't think so. Oh yes, but that they stop like. I don't think anyone's going to who's not interested in making multiplayer is gonna do our
then we
game
can't
anyway.
call it a party game.
It's a
Like,
party game, but you can also play it by yourself.
It is weird to say
That is
something
like
is
the
a
whole thing.
one-player party game.
It's a party game that you can play by yourself or with friends.
okay.
Right? Like I don't see how that would be like there are
Well,
2
I mean,
modes
like,
in
I
that
think,
game that. Sorry, go ahead.
like the way we want them to be looking at this is like playing with someone else.
Yeah, I think the picture of a party game in your
Like,
head
yeah, they
is.
can play it and like screw around with the tools, but they're not getting like the intended experience, like the mainline experience we're going for.
Yeah, I wouldn't put this as I don't know. Would you put it on the Steam page? Maybe that's a little different. But I do think it's weird to call it to say a 1 to 6 player party game, but maybe let me just see it written.
Like, and I also think we should rename offline mode to single player mode, because offline is actually misleading. It makes it sound like I can play local. Like I
Yeah,
can play with if someone's connected to a controller.
yeah,
That's actually
I
not
agree.
true right now. Which maybe we could support that long term. But right now it just
That's the type of thing I would want to see people ask for, but yeah,
yeah.
I still think I do think it looks weird to say a party game for 1 to 6 people, but maybe most people aren't that pedantic and they're just gonna see a minimum and a maximum and won't read it like this. Literally, we're overthinking it way more than we're
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah, probably. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
I think that's fine.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
that looks fine.
Wherein each
Also,
player
can we
creates 3
put
panel
6 players
comic.
in the game right now?
No, we
Yes,
can't. So
that's
1 to 4.
so like ultimately it's going to be for more people than that though. So like this is sort of I was thinking
Well,
this when
then
Jeff
maybe
was
we
saying.
don't put the number of players in at all.
Because like the guy who made the TCG game, he was like, my game was very much a prototype at this point. So like I'm not sure how much they had, but like I do think you're trying to sell them on the intended end experience, and that is. But I only had one example, so I don't know what the standard is. But I got the vibe he was trying to sell them on the end experience, not where he was at.
My worry with that though is they try to jump in with 17 people, with 6 people, and then it breaks.
I think that's probably an
Me
unlikely
too, but maybe
It
we'll
probably is
thing,
see.
but
unlikely, yeah.
I
I,
mean, if we like, I don't want to
it would
say it's.
be.
I don't want to cap it at 4 because, like,
Well, I mean, what if we say it's a, well, no, because then if we say intended, it makes it sound like the game doesn't exist, which it is in a mostly existing state right now.
Remember also,
Um,
this is to get them to try it at all, right? Like that,
yeah, yeah.
so I ultimately do
This is
think.
before they see like the deck
that is
or
the
anything.
goal.
And we call it a
Yeah,
prototype at the end, and I think that's enough. Like I was about to say, maybe we can add some stuff like it's right here, right now, but here's where it's going to be. I don't even think we do that. I think we sell them on the end experience, which
Yeah.
is
Also, they try to get a 5th player in there. It doesn't work. Oh well.
in
The
what
rest of the
way,
game really works
does work.
pretty well.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you're right. Because like really, what we should like every sentence needs to serve the purpose of getting them to play it.
yep, yes.
So if
Yeah.
it doesn't serve that purpose, the sentence should be cut or changed. But we need to make sure that every sentence is serves that goal right now.
I
One
do then
second
go on
over.
to describe the stripped mode. I do agree more when you phrase it like that about the 1 to 6. The next paragraph though, I do describe just the flopped mode. Uh,
Oh. Where it says in the comic creation, it says where each players simultaneously creates. It should be where each player.
Sorry, where? Oh, which line of the paragraph is
The
that?
comic creation is a fast-paced but straightforward process where each
Player.
player.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have Chelsea look over this, Jeff, last week?
No, I can ask her if she will now.
Ask
She's
her.
kind of busy right now, though.
Ask her before we send it out. It doesn't have to be right now. Just even if it's just for grammar for now, and then the next round, if she has word additions, that would be.
Do you have a minute? Can you come read this email? Can you come read this email?
First, read my fan letter to Timothy Chalamet. then read our script email.
He's a nepo baby, right? That's what Lauren was saying. Like he
I don't know.
got all
He's
his roles
the
from.
guy from Dune. He's what's his face? What the fuck
Is
is
this
that
what I'm
guy's
looking at?
name? It's just a basic name. Atreides. What's the first name?
Paul.
Paul.
J.
It's Paul.
Paul. Paul. Thank you. God, I was like, it's such a regular ass name. I can't believe I could remember it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, Jeff's headphones are so big. Okay.
Now stop bragging about the size of your boyfriend's headphones. Make someone feel
He's
subconscious.
my husband.
Yeah, your husband. Sorry. Forgot. People got married.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm reading this email. Everyone shut up. Ooh, where in? Nice.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
He's wearing it at work like all the time.
I would spell out the number 3. I mean, I don't know how nitpicky you want me to be, but 3-panel comic.
Oh yeah, you're probably right for that one. Where? Which?
Line 4.
Yeah.
Actual line 4. Oh, I'm not counting the subject. If I missed that one. Line 5, I guess.
Am I blind? I'm not seeing it.
Stripped is a party game for 1 to 6 players, wherein each player creates a
Oh, okay,
3.
including the. Sorry, I was on the next one. Okay.
Yeah. 3 hyphen panels.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
They work together.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called, but I know when they work together to describe the next word, they get married, like Jeff and Chelsea. Yeah. Jeff and Chelsea were hyphenated, and then they had Fiona.
Yes, that is how it worked.
Is that the rule? Because then, like, big old dog would be hyphenated. Is that really? Are you supposed to hyphenate that?
No, they're not working together. They're not working.
not
They
like a
don't create a
phrase.
new. Yeah.
Not like a phrase, you know.
Like
Fast paced, you could think of as one
3
thing.
and panel separated don't mean anything to comic. But a 3 together 3 panel comic makes sense.
Okay. It's the opposite way. If it can't stand on its own.
Where do you hear that there's a fucking rule for how you order your fucking adjectives in terms of type of descriptor? and
I hate
shit?
it.
I mean, it makes total sense to me, and it feels wrong when you don't do it that way. But just realizing that there's a rule, I feel like
I guess I hate teaching it.
brainwashed or something, you know.
I had to restart real quick because my build broke because I stopped it by closing the process. So I will be back.
Okay, so these sentences where you're describing what's going on. Each round lasts a few minutes, and then comics are shared, and players vote on the winner. After a certain amount of rounds, the game ends, and the player with the most votes across all rounds wins! Exclamation point. Hearing it out loud makes it make more sense, but when you're just reading it to yourself, I feel like you might need commas. But
Okay. After a few minutes and
then after a certain amount of rounds.
I guess
comma.
there are two ands here. Maybe I get rid of the first and do a comma.
Yeah, each round lasts a few minutes, comma.
Comics are shared and comics are shared, comma, and or do we do the is Oxford comma or no Oxford comma, Chelsea?
Well, this
Fucking
isn't
Oxford
really
comma or no Oxford comma?
Well, it's not really a list. Each round lasts. Hold on. Each round lasts a few.
Here, what about this? Sorry, I changed it probably.
That's okay.
Middle of you reading.
Okay, if you do it that way, then you should put a comma after shared.
It felt like I should, but I
Dave,
can't
do
say
you
why.
agree with me there?
Around last few minutes, comics are. That's you got a comma splice in there, buddy. Boy.
So
Well,
a comma after
he
shared would fix that, or no?
Each round lasts a few minutes. That's its own independent clause. Comics are shared between players and voters. That's its own independent clause.
So this looks right to me. This looks better to me, but I don't know if it's right or reads well. I just updated to add the comma after shared.
I don't know if that's really listy enough to have the Oxford comma.
Or I could just restructure the whole sentence to make it.
Oh, okay. It's a list. It's just weird. It's a list
Yeah, I feel
it's
like
a list of sentences, which is nice.
What have I walked in on here? What are you people doing?
Nothing.
'Cause
We're married, okay?
We're fiddling over. We're fiddling over the each round lasts a few minutes line. How the comma should be, if it should be entirely restructured.
Each round lasts a few minutes. Comics are shared, and players vote on the winner.
I think it should be
Try it with
each
just
round.
periods.
Each round lasts a few minutes, comma, and comics are shared. Period. Then players vote on the winner as its own sentence.
Yes, I agree.
All right, so sorry, repeat
With
that
Miss
word for word.
English.
Each round lasts a few minutes, comma, and comics are shared. Period.
Or shared. Period. Okay.
Then players vote on the winner as its own sentence. I love. And then after a certain amount of rounds, comma, the game ends and the player with the most votes around wins. Because that's an introductory clause.
Was that sentence that I've attached the link with that paragraph before? I feel like it shouldn't be if it was.
It was not.
That looks good to me.
Yeah, I think the rest is good. Grammatical wise.
What if I change the word winner to whichever comic they like the best? Because I do say.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, because the whole point is, though I do say round winner, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, they're not voting on the winner. They vote. They vote on the comic they like the best.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I've attached a link to the Google Slides with their pitch, and you can also play. Oh wait, sorry, Chelsea's probably still reading.
Yeah, the rest looks good to me.
I do actually. In the second to last paragraph, I waffle a little bit about like, well, it's not really quite saying like, that's the ultimate game, and here's where we're at right now. It's more like, here's a suggestion of the way I would try this, depending on the number of people you play with.
We could maybe keep it even shorter and sweet, and just be like, we encourage you to play with your friends, but if you don't have any of those, you can book some time to play with us on this calendar.
We're always looking for friends.
Yeah.
Should I link? Should I play a couple of rounds in chat into a link to the calendar?
Yeah, I think we should have a link to a calendar for sure. It definitely should be a link to some way to book a calendar. We should figure that out tonight. How to set that up.
Yeah, so give me that. If you can give me that link, I will
All right, hold on. Let me fucking.
Hey, I'm giving you back to Jeff.
Thank you,
All right.
Chelsea.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. How'd that go?
Well, I
We
think
have improved.
I think the description of the game, which is probably the most hooky part, is better.
I think we should also include a either the GIF or another GIF.
We shouldn't put
Because
the
that
weed gift
could,
to just hit people in the face with.
right?
I don't love the weed gif, honestly.
Oh, why not? Because it takes too
Uh,
long.
No.
Because it has the
I
word
don't.
weed in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You just don't want to. I see. I like it because I think it
No.
is.
It is
It is on
representative.
the. It's on the border of offensive, or like something that could be distasteful to someone.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna take it out or anything.
It's genuinely funny. But unless we can find a better one, I mean, we could send the initial one out with a different GIF, if we can think of a better
No,
comic. I think
no, I think we should keep it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, yeah, I do think we should keep it. But
Yeah. I don't think anyone that is
I don't think
looking
so
to.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they are that type of person, like there are some jokes where I could see that line being drawn for this. That is such an innocent one though. It's so
Yeah.
like it's fine.
We could make another GIF that's cleaner and only have that one in the presentation, because it's more. It does sell it sells the experience of the game. Like my friend just made that. It's funny. Like
That I mean, Rami liked it too. He like read it and I think it genuinely made him laugh.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it's a really great opener. Whether or not we want to have that in our in the email is another question. I think it probably is fine if they just see they see the GIF repeated, right?
Yeah, you're not really
Or
focusing on the joke itself at that point. I think you are more
Yeah.
getting
You're
here's what it
just
looks like to
seeing.
play.
yeah.
Still, I don't want to. If it's the only thing that people see,
That's
I
true.
don't want them to say, "Oh, that's the weed game."
Yeah, I mean we could make another GIF with a cleaner comic.
Like it makes it. It is better in context.
Yes,
Like I don't care
yes.
about it in context. Like that's fine. Whatever.
Mhm.
I mean, let's just use it for this first batch. Maybe by the end we make another GIF that's a little cleaner. A tiny
Oh
Unless
no,
we
no.
can think. I was
I don't
trying to.
care
Yeah.
in the like the presentation. That's fine. If you want to put that same GIF into.
I'm talking about just for the email right now.
Well, yeah, for the email, if we want to try to swap it out for a different one, we can. I just think we have to find a good joke that we can replicate here.
I think the
One of our
joke
past
itself is
ones.
more important in the presentation, where you're setting the mood, you're really setting the stage. You're in the element of the game. You see the aesthetic of the game. But like, yeah, and it might be nice
At
to
least something
have.
that is worthwhile showing, like showing off some of the stuff you can do with it, right?
Yeah, like you want to show the flipping back and forth and the movement and the word bubbles. I think that's. I mean, that's all the weed comic does.
I'm
I mean,
fine
something
to.
as simple as this turtle one might even be good enough, but like maybe with some text bubble on it.
Like we
Hold
could
on.
do like a one panel thing, just like right next to the signature or something.
Yeah, one panel one works. I have a few good ones for one panels, but I really like the psst with the hat on it, and I also really like the doctor with the giant turtle next to him.
Yeah, the hat on it is good, but it is better with the
Yeah, yes,
actual, because that one's all sketchier. It looks
yes.
better.
I like
But we don't have that right now.
I like the center compare panel. The wrestler, like with the holding his face between the two chickens.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a good one.
We could do something like this too, but this would be a whole comic thing.
I like the idea of it being a 1 panel and then there being a 3 panel in the
Yeah, maybe having a
presentation.
1 panel is good because it shows what you can do. It'll be short by just by nature, and it'll be
You can make it
could
bigger.
show
Also.
yeah, and it could show them like oh, they could do this in 1 panel, even though we don't have anything that shows that, like, oh, they could change the panel count, they could do X, Y, and Z. Yeah.
What's it called?
Although I
Windows
guess
has like Windows has a like video capture program. I can't remember what it's called because I looked it up at work when I was making that thing.
wait, you have the pro. Oh, you did it on a different computer.
I did it at work. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Also, I had my review today, and my boss was like, "I don't like people working from home, but I don't care if you work from home." And I'm like,
Rat.
"Oh, you fool."
Wait, he said, I don't like it, but I don't care. Those are two contradictory statements, sir.
Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah. Well, the fucking thing is, a lot of the people who work from home are just shit at their jobs.
So he thinks they're slacking off, but they're really just
Oh, you think
incompetent.
did he say, I don't like people working from home, but I don't care if you emphasis
Yeah.
work from home?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
That's-
I missed the emphasis there.
Let me look it
That's
up what
cool.
they called again. Windows video. Way to spell video, Jeff. Oh my god. I'm the worst speller on the planet.
I also think it would go a long way if whatever text we added, the word bubble we added, was hanging off the panel a little bit. Also, the camera needs to be pulled back out enough to see the panel, otherwise it will just look like Photoshop.
Yeah, I mean, we can. Whoever records it can handle that stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a screen recorder and sniffing tool.
Wait,
Is
really?
there? That'd be insane.
That would be nice.
But it would
Sniffing
make a
tool
lot
would
of
immediately
sense.
become my most used tool.
Yeah, there's a little
Probably already
camera.
is. Interesting.
But does it record an area? Yeah. Holy shit. So if I just put this right here.
That's
Right there. And I hit start.
There was some other program I used for thing I made though.
somebody should make a game out of that. It's on your own desktop, right? And like
That's fucking great. Wow, good job, sniffing tool. Sorry, it works perfectly. It's really good.
Oh, that's that game.
Window.
Window G. There's a recording tool. Windows G. Yep, capture. Windows video capture. Yep. Okay, cool. That's like that that jam game that you resize the window.
Yes, like window frame, but it would be on your own desktop, so you'd have to like move your actual folders around to solve puzzles and stuff.
That would be hard as hell.
That would be an annoying game. It just disorganizes your entire desktop.
Wait. Oh no, Windows G is the. You lied to me. You lying liar. Win Shift S. Win. That sounds more like what I did last time. Yeah.
Jeff's always winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we can get that GIF and a link to the to a sheet thing to play with people.
I think having the GIF in is by far like that will really be what sells us for people. I think like all they have to do is look at that and say they'll figure out if they want to look at it. You know, try it, right?
Now I'm rethinking the single panel.
All right, I don't see in my sniffing tool. I don't see a camera button.
Let me check my snipping tool.
Oh, so I have a camera button. Yeah, so if I click sniffing tool,
I have Windows 10. I don't have Windows 11.
I was just gonna say
oh, I
I
have
don't.
Windows 11.
Yeah, I don't have it, and I have Windows 10. Damn, that's worth
I
it.
can make it in. Well, I can make it in.
If you make me
in
the
website.
video, I can
Edit it.
do it in Photoshop or whatever.
All right. So what am I making?
If you do a single panel, I think the word bubble should be hanging off the edge of the panel. I'm rethinking it now though, and now I'm thinking for like conveying the game, maybe a 3-panel is better actually. Just, but like, will a single panel?
It needs to be big enough to parse at like the bottom of a thing. Also,
So
I don't know
maybe
how
single.
big you want. Like, I mean, maybe like if it's big, it's the first thing that people are going to look at, which is either good or bad. I don't know.
If someone's looking at this on their phone, which is a possibility,
I mean,
it's
if
an
it's
email,
moving,
a single panel is
it's the
better.
first thing that people are going to look at no matter what.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although if someone's
So,
reading
no.
this on their phone and they get a 3-panel, do you think they just ignore it entirely, or do they click into it and turn their phone to the side so it, like hopefully it's aligned correctly?
They don't have to. They can just see the movement. I guess.
Well, we'll definitely test it with by sending this thing out to us. So I don't think we have to go too crazy figuring that out just now. I wish that we have like I remember we've sent so many of these things between ourselves, but I feel like I cannot find any of our comics that we've sent to each other. Hi, Bubs. Good old pup. You're a good puppy.
Some of them are way up in the old Heartland chat, but the first question is, do we want to do a 3-panel or a 1-panel?
I think if we need to find the content that fits, it could be either. I think 1-panel. Jeff is right. If you're looking at it on your phone, we'll read better.
Yeah. I that argument that makes sense. Let's do a single panel. A single panel is just safer if they do happen to look at it on a phone, I think.
I mean, if it's big enough to see the cursor, they're gonna get it.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. Let's do single panel.
Let's see.
I mean,
It also lets the art
um,
be bigger and lets the art, potentially be appreciated more than just.
I can like crop the video down in Photoshop or whatever too. So don't worry about doing
exact
that.
size. Just make sure you get as much border as you can on the side where it's next to another panel, so that Jeff has at least that much to work with. Because I do think, like, if everything's in a box versus the word bubbles popping out of the box, I don't know why, but I think that helps.
Well, we can kind of do it together here. We could actually just do it together, but
yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
what if we do it together with multiple hands?
Sure, I'm down for that.
Confusing, I think, but
Too confusing.
Maybe we just two. What about just two?
2 is fine.
Let's do 2 hands.
At the very least, let's play around together. Everyone jump in this room. and then we'll figure out exactly what we want to make. And this will serve to test the netcode.
Hold on, I need to find
There really needs to be something that like plays for a minute while everything is black. Also, what is this little black dot between the B and the E?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I saw that too. I can make
oh,
something
that's
that will run.
I just something I didn't manage to erase. I noticed that as well. Are you talking about the one that's like on? It's like above them, kinda. It's like a
Yeah.
little speck. Yeah.
We could do the stake one. The
Hold on, I'm trying to find the one I would like to recreate and throw it in the Discord quick.
Oh, I like that main menu button. That works for sure.
for the
can
I don't know what
you-
happened. Someone took ownership of all those things and then left. Was that Chris?
I didn't, unless I somehow
Someone
joined.
leave the room, or maybe someone accidentally hit restart. But did you
I
guys
left-
see all the? What's
I
the?
left
Oh,
the
Dave
room,
came and left.
And I also have no hand when I rejoin.
You don't have a hand right now.
Yeah.
Can I see your screen?
All right, so when I made the GIF that's in there now, I sped it up to like, I think somewhere between 300 and 350%.
And
So however long you want it to be,
can you hit F12, Dave?
probably divide it by 3.
And hit the console
Or
tab on the
multiply
top.
it by 3, and that's how much time you have.
It looks like you have errors, right? What are those errors? I can't actually read them. It's too.
Null reference, exception, object, and a whole bunch of fucking numbers and letters.
All right, back out
Reference not
and
set.
try backing out again to the main menu and rejoin.
Throw
One more
helper.
time.
Bindings. Throw.
Don't worry about it. No reference is all I needed to hear because I won't be able. I know I won't be able to get the rest of the information from it. Hit back to the main menu, Dave, and then rejoin.
Also, I would love if the Starburst
There's a main menu button, by the way.
Oh, I can't see my
word message.
Oh yeah,
the
you
word
can't see
bubble had the main menu font, like the main title font.
Sorry, repeat that, Jeff.
I would love if the like the Starburst word bubble had the main title font.
Can you throw it in there? I'm
I
sure
can't.
that's
I'll
easy
do it
for
right
Marcus
now.
to
I
add.
gotta. It's super easy. I just gotta.
Making that change to the word bubble should be easy enough. Dave, hit main menu again, and then come back in and see if
sure
it
it's in
if
every
it's a
single
break
one
when you
of
come back.
these.
Let's see
It
if
must
that's what
be.
it is.
Jeff, do you want to delete?
You copy the join code so it which for you was empty, so you have an empty clipboard right now.
Or do you want to fix that black dot on the P for me, actually, Jeff? Because I don't have. I had to make that in Game Maker, and to re-put it in and fix it is actually a more of a pain in the ass than it's worth if you just want to do it in Photoshop or whatever.
Can you send me the thing or whatever?
I'll send you the location in the project
Yeah,
file.
okay, so it
and
seems
work
to
on
be
that
no reference.
file.
Okay, that's something I can fix.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Now you can refresh and jump back in like normal.
Oh god, I have to.
Don't worry about
That
doing
tells
this now.
me
I'll send it to you later.
how to replicate it.
I should do it now, or else I'll just fucking forget about it.
I can also do it. It's not that much of a pain in the ass. It's just Here also the one I put in the Discord. I like with the doctor and the big turtle.
Here, we'll start. This one's over here as a possible.
That's a good one. It shows rotation. All right. Is it in assets?
So I have an invisible sticker, I think.
This guy?
I made
Letters,
one behind
title,
him.
is that
Are
where it
you guys
is?
seeing one right here behind the thermometer?
I have one right here.
P2
Wait, hold on,
probably.
Chris. Share your screen.
Open with
Sharing in
Adobe
Discord.
Shop.
You don't see this sticker?
I do see
see
the
it?
thermometer, but I made one behind it.
No, that's this. The thermometer was what appeared there. You just saw the puff.
Well, I don't
The
see a
poof
black dot
disappeared
there.
behind.
Oh, is that already there?
Is it
That wasn't already
P2
there?
PNG?
No, that was
Is that
new.
what it is, Chris?
It's
Destroyed it.
P1 or P2. I'm not
Mm,
actually
yeah.
sure. I think it's P1.
Alright, hold on.
Thank you.
Yeah, all that happens is sometimes the poof will appear behind.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
what
it's
causes
in
that.
P1. And I opened it with the wrong program.
There's the turtle. I need
Yeah, I
him
grabbed him
for
before you could get rid of him.
mine. Now I need the doctor.
Where the hell is it? I don't see it when I open it up
Damn.
with Illustrator. With...
If it's pain, don't worry about it. I can always just.
I'll just go crazy with Illustrator or with Eraser and for sure hit it.
Man, the motion lines look great. Good job, Jeff.
Yeah, you should start grabbing some of those.
Holy shit, that's too big. Eraser, Eraser, you got.
Oh, there's the doc. Cool. Alright, so boom. I actually think we flipped it from how it originally was. I don't know why. Maybe the pose button should just be split down the middle, and if you click on the right side of it, it goes forward, click on the left side of it, it goes backwards. That would be nice.
Go away.
Yeah, we could do something like that. Sammy did say she wanted it to be easier to use the pose, like see all the poses. So we should also have like a button that lets you click in the middle and then you can scroll through a set.
Alright.
Let's see what other ones I've saved.
That's my suggestion.
Update P1. Push.
I think also,
Okay, that's done.
you could do
What
my
else?
suggestion where you put the turtle in as small first and then
DC
show him
smash.
changing poses and growing.
Nothing makes me more angry than that the search bar does not search locally.
In the Git repo.
No,
No,
in
it's
just Windows.
Oh.
Probably some like.
No,
I don't know.
you gotta
Like,
move it to like File Explorer or whatever. He's like find it myself. Do it myself.
Somebody should make a sticker pack of sports people. I'd like to make a comic where the turtle is a hockey puck on the left. Especially with all these movement things, it really adds a lot.
Yeah, I would fucking campaign for these lines for forever.
They look
And
fantastic.
they do look good.
It's telling me I don't have it. California. Oh, is that a fucking...
This rich guy's judging the art. Which one's he gonna buy?
It's in Adobe font. I don't know if I can send it to you. Well, let me find something else that works.
Yeah, bullet holes definitely need to be
Black in the middle.
black in the middle because you can't really. They don't read as bullet holes on anything.
I think having leaving the ones without as I could think of creative uses other than bullet holes for the non-filled in ones. I think like they could look like maybe flowers or something. But I do think at least a pose with the.
Oops.
Yeah, this one will do. Free for personal use? Never mind. Free for commercial use. That'll do. Doesn't look like exactly like it, but once we're all...
Yeah, I think we should do. If you want to pick out another font for like for the thought bubble too, we can do. We could do the basic font for the text bubbles, and then this one you're putting in for the exclamatory. What did you call it? Spiky one.
Starburst?
Starburst. The starburst. And then something something for the thought bubble. Although I think the regular one works fine for the thought bubble, but I do agree this one on the starburst would be cool.
Shit. Marius. Alright. Las Marias is what I saved for the exclamation. The thought bubble. I don't know. I don't think that has to be anything too.
Yeah, I guess it could be the same as the.
I think that's fine for now. I
Yeah.
think that would make it pop. Is having that. Okie dokie. It should be in there.
I'm just noticing now how you can kind of see how obvious the rich guy's wig is from behind.
Yeah.
Jeff said he liked for this. Here, I'll do the I'll make the one that Jeff suggested because it was just the one that's in the thing. Get wrestler. Give me wrestler.
It's not the one. Is this not the mode where you can pick them?
No, that's
No.
offline.
That's only an offline.
We should put that in. We should put a button for that in this too. Maybe next to Mr. Ideas. I think Mr. Ideas could be removed from the offline room and just have it be a button. Honestly, he needs to be the random button if he's a button at all, because he's an agent of chaos. Ba, 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 ba. Wrestler's in, right?
Mhm.
I can't remember using him recently.
How do you switch through so fast?
We're both switching.
Oh.
There he is.
There he is.
There's our boy.
What do you want to do with him?
The Jeff wanted to do the chickens one with
Oh, now we need the chicken.
there's
Oh my god! Just first fucking try.
Looking through this.
Hold on a minute. You wanted this one, or which one is it that where he's this one?
This thing?
That's one. There we go.
This one, and then the one has the
Sunglasses, right?
sunglasses.
I do still like middle one the best though, because the first one's gonna be seen in the thing, and that's fine.
Yeah. Also, this has to be made in like 15 seconds.
That's why I think the turtle. Watch me make the turtle one. Ready? So, boom.
Some of these action lines need to
actually,
be
hold
easier
on.
to grab.
I need.
Yeah, start it in a different pose so
Yeah.
you have.
So you can see it go through the pose and grow,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I need to figure out what the one is right before the leaning one.
That one. Yep. Yeah, okay. The poking out of
Sorry.
a shell little. That one.
This one?
The one where it's just his head out of a shell a little bit.
Well, I want the one because
No,
it's so it's
deal.
easy to
What do you
switch
mean?
to, and I guess I can remember the number.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
this one.
Okay, put them in as that one. Oh shit.
Oh,
We got another one.
someone delete them?
I don't. Yeah,
I did not.
I thought I saw Chris
touch
delete
'em.
them, but I wasn't sure who was pressing it. I thought I was watching your shared screen, and I saw you delete them.
I don't
The weird
think I
thing
deleted
is,
them.
try to grab this, Chris. First, actually, let me copy this.
I can't grab it.
All right, you should be able to grab it now.
I can
Yeah.
grab it.
Now you grab. Now you right-click it. Yeah, and I can't grab it either. Somehow you got into the tool mode state without it being selected, which is weird. It's not supposed to happen, but it was reliable enough that it didn't break. Like everyone was still swapping poses.
All right, so that one, and then
Does that have something to do with me? No, I can't grab it anymore either.
I have it.
No, because I have. Chris has it right now.
It
Yeah.
actually should show that I have it highlighted. It should be like highlighted to you guys that I have it highlighted, but that's very.
You can right click and that does break and you can get a desync that way, but that's not. I'm not gonna worry about that for now.
Well, why don't one of you take control of the turtle? One of you take control of the doctor.
Okay, so four clicks to get
Also
from this
get
to
enough of this stuff out of the way.
I got the turtle because I've prepared. Let me try it one more time. So we want to start with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, bigger. Yes. Okay. Get back to that. 4 from here. Okay.
All right, and I think Chris goes in first,
Keep
and
it
we
a
should also
little
clear
away.
all this.
Yeah, keep
We're gonna
everything.
want to type out "help me, doc," right? Or
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we want that to be in the video. I think they want
Make
to.
sure
We
that
want them
ends
to
up
see
like.
that.
Where does typing start? Yeah, that's a good spot.
all right. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't. You have to just delete it to get.
Yeah, so Jeff, do you want to do the typing? Me and Marcus will do the thing. So Marcus, come in first with the doctor. I'll come in with the turtle. Right. Then I go boom,
Well,
boom,
no,
3,
you should do the
4.
turtle first, because that then gives me
Yeah, you're
context.
right. You're right. Yeah, so turtle
And then,
first. Yep, you're
do you
right.
want to make it like cool, like this, like good angle, like interesting angles, like this?
I liked
Yes.
I
Maybe
see
give
what
him a little bit more. Like.
I liked it. I kind of liked it the way it was, so that the word bubble could be off of the thing.
Well, here, see how big your turtle could
If the
be.
word bubble is off the thing, it might go over the join code square, and also it's a different color. I need a little bit of like space to work with, you know? Like, so try to keep everything in the box.
Chris, make him your actual pose, real quick. And how big is he? Make him big.
Is that the right one? Hold on. I know it because it's 4
It's the
from.
it's the tall one. That's this one. Oh, you missed it.
There's aren't there 2 like that? Hold on.
No, there's only one of those.
No, it's 4 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now make him big. So you want it to just be like this,
Yeah,
or do you want
I
it
like
like?
that. And then word bubble just barely clipping over the edge here, maybe. Help me, Doc. Like yeah, that works. Although, can we make this? Actually, is this the default size?
What do you mean?
Yes.
Was this resized at all?
No.
Okay, that's how big it'll be. All right, you want to try?
This is the default, right? And then I assume we want it. Do we want it like
Jeff
like
is right.
that?
It'll intersect with the join code, and we probably don't want
Yeah,
that.
like yeah, we
Yeah,
we
okay.
need it
Sorry,
down
I'll
here.
get rid of it. What if you did it like this?
No, because then I'd have to put like this like
Okay,
edge
okay.
of
All right,
the.
all right. You're right.
It's too bad. Did you take
Keep it
the
in the
high join
box.
code thing out, Marcus? We could actually benefit from it right now.
It is broken. It doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
So the new join code button just has this.
And when you're done, go far away. Like go down here.
Let's make them a little
Yeah.
smaller, just so Jeff has more room for the text box up here. Like maybe I think you could go a little bigger. I'm not huge. I'm just like the size of a dude, not the size of an elephant.
So here's my thought. Chris should come in and not swap poses. I swap poses. Chris should come in and rotate. I come in and swap poses. Jeff comes in with the text sticker. So you're only thinking about one thing at a time.
I'm fine with whatever order, but it should be the turtle that swaps poses and grows. So
Why?
he should come in. He should come in small. This is the way I do it. Just
He should come in small, and then he should get bigger, and that's all he should do.
I think it's nice to show swapping poses. I was gonna bring him in here.
Well, I'll swap poses.
Sure, as long as swap.
Because otherwise I'm just dragging a guy in, and that's like not that interesting.
You could flip them. There's no flipping.
I could flip. That's fine.
Keep them down here, like down here.
Okay.
Because I got to type down here.
All right. So I'm coming in as Big Turtle. I think it's funnier if he turns into Big Turtle, but that's fine.
No, I think he starts small, and you're.
Yeah.
I thought that you
yeah.
would be doing the scaling. He starts small, but he starts in the pose that he's in, and then you just make him big, and that's the thing. That's the thing you're showing off.
Oh, I see what you're saying with rotate. Like he starts. So you want them?
I think you just drop them in and you make them big, right?
Oh, okay, sorry. I
Like
thought you were
the-
saying something about rotating before, but
No,
yeah.
no, I'm just saying you drop them in, you come in, and then you make them huge, and that's the thing you're showing off, right?
Sure. Yes.
Do we agree? Do we think that's better? Personally, I think that's better because then it's only
All right,
doing
then you
one
should
thing.
swap poses instead of flip
Yeah, just
markers.
let me get I'll get the number of poses in front. So here's this one. Let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's too many. So let's try that again. That's 7. So this one we'll start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
You also
Okay,
need to
good,
be
good.
full. I think you start. Yeah, start flipped there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And remember to move your hands out. Where do you want our hands after we do our placing,
Just
Jeff?
off, leave.
Anywhere not in
So
here.
put it off. Go to the side. Put it on
Out
there. Go to the side.
here, out here.
Yeah.
All right. You go to your right. I go to the left. All
I
right.
go, yeah, we just come in on the sides that we done. All right, lights, camera, action.
So boom.
We rehearse. You gotta make it big though.
So I'm moving them in and making them big the same step.
I
Yeah,
imagine so,
do
right?
your stuff at
Yeah.
once. Do your stuff
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
same time.
And then
No,
I
I
come
mean
in.
both of yeah.
All right, I made
Well,
it
I
too
thought
big.
that might be too much going on. Like so like this way they can kind of focus on one thing at a time. Or do you think we should all do it at the same time?
I mean, I know how I do it, but it's whatever. Like as long as it's readable, like it's not super critical.
It's going to be small and just a thing. It's basically an email signature.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
All
I
right.
want them about. So put them in, make them big. That's too big. Again. Also, I need to make sure my thing goes away. Or actually, right, you can't see that.
Can you make them a little bit smaller?
Sorry, I probably had my hand in a bad spot too. Yes, I need to make them. Let me just practice resizing them. So it only needs like, boom, that much maybe. It's maybe a little too small.
Here's your reference size. Here, let's make you
Here,
a reference size.
yeah, or we'll put the chickens. Or,
No, let's just get rid of all this other crap. We don't need it.
well, I thought we might
You
try the
can
others.
try to just match this, right? So is that big enough?
Yeah, that works.
All right, so you can try to match that size.
All right, ready?
Yeah, maybe we should actually just
So also we could do this in steps, and Jeff could cut out
put the exact comic right here so that we know exactly what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
also,
think
Jeff,
this is like the perfect ratio I think that we have on the left here.
would it make it easier for you if we did it in steps and you just cut out the, this?
No, because then you
Okay.
have all the hands in there. It's weird
Yeah.
if they're like jumping around.
Yeah. I also think we should just do it in one go.
We can do it.
Yeah, I don't think
Continue.
it'll be that hard.
You're recording this whole thing, right?
Yeah, but it has my like menu and stuff in it.
Yeah, that's perfect. So if we could just do that one more time and record it.
All right, who's recording? I'm not recording. I couldn't figure out how to record.
You want me?
I can. Oh, Chris can do it.
I can. I mean, I'm recording on my stream. I'm recording a video right now. Is that all I need?
All right, let me try. I'll try recording
Nice.
with the thing. Hold on.
Well, I just need
Do we
like
want the join code in it?
No, keep it. I mean,
Keep
you
it
can
smaller.
record the whole screen. I can crop it.
Cut it. Okay. Oh, I can record the whole screen. Okay.
Yeah.
I am also recording that.
Because I can cut it to be whatever we want. But all right.
All right,
Okay,
ready?
I have it set up. And starting now.
Somebody move your hand. There we go. Boom.
Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, back. Sorry, it has a countdown. Sorry, I didn't notice the countdown. Let's try that again.
Ready.
The countdown's so tiny because I have a 4K monitor, so it,
Here we go.
No, not yet.
Oh, sorry.
I'll tell you when. It takes a second to set up. I'll give you a 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, go.
Cool. Think we got it, or we should do another take?
Let's do one more. I left
yeah,
the
let's do one more
marching
too.
ants
Yeah.
on that one. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Because it also, even though it said 3, 2, 1, go, it didn't actually start recording for like a second afterwards. So it must have some sort of delay in the
All right, so
timing.
do you just say 3, 2, 1, go? When I start, we'll start.
One second, I gotta. God, this is annoying.
I can also like you can let it record for a minute too. I can
Crop it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, let me just get it running and then Jeff can crop the edit the time. No doubt. All right, so the thing is going. All right, feel free to start whenever you're ready, Chris.
All right, ready? Here we go.
Beautiful.
Perfect. I got all these too. If it just ask me if you need me to clip it, and I can clip it from Twitch, it will be like worse quality, but I don't think it'll be quality
I don't
difference that
think
you'll
it'll
notice
be
in an
that.
email.
Yeah.
All right, I'll put this in the Heartlamp chat.
I was trying to turn Mr. Ideas into an insensitive stereotype, but
What are you
which one?
trying to do?
Which insensitive stereotype? You guess.
You be the judge.
Or like a catfish, I guess. Gotta move him a little off to the side for catfish.
Exceeds the size limit. Fuck you. All right, hold on, I gotta upload to my drive.
Damn, that's unfortunate with it being a smaller area.
No, I did the full. I did a
Oh, that's
16
right,
by
yeah.
9. It was basically the full screen.
Because like that is literally the benefit of that to me is like I might go to Windows 11 just for that, just so I can take pictures from this game specifically and put them in the Discord videos rather. That is probably worth finally going to Windows 11.
All right. Should have it uploaded now. Where is it? Share. All right, you should see the link.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, hold on. Let me copy that link because I didn't let you. There you go. Oh, it's the same link. Doesn't matter. I just changed the permissions on it, so now you should have permission.
Still being processed, it says to me.
When did Dave leave? I
Okay,
didn't
you can
see him
download
leave.
it. Like 15 minutes ago.
Oh, now y'all got disconnected. Alright, I'll have to fix whatever error bug that is that you can't apparently rejoin a room once you leave it. Which is interesting. I don't know what that would be.
So should I be getting kicked back to the main menu right now?
You technically no, that's in this new build.
Oh, okay. Every
Actually,
time I
maybe it
get,
wasn't that build. Now I
every
think
time I
about it, I
hit
can't
back, that
remember.
Elvis Costello song plays for like 2 seconds.
Now I'm wondering if it was in that build. Let's try it. Let's test it here. I'll host. Maybe because it timed out, it was a different error. All right, I'm gonna put this code here.
If we ever make a Discord for this game, if the By Heart
Alright, go
lamp
on that.
should wiggle like the buttons do when you're over it, and if you click on it, it should take you to a link for our Discord.
Go ahead and access that, or jump in the room, Chris. Okay, now I'm gonna leave. No, okay, so it must be in the other build because I do have it in, and that should have kicked you for sure. So it's in the build I'm doing now. Then
I'll go back because I could be wrong. I've been a lot wrong about what I thought happened with stickers while I was playing when I went back and watched. But again, it seemed like the sticker
you just
itself
lost
was
that sticker because I left the room.
uh,
I'm the server, so
it
all network
was
objects get
not
destroyed.
just now. It was in the beginning when I created it. I thought it went behind the sticker itself. It looked like the sticker itself went behind the thing, and I didn't see it till you grabbed it. Did you grab a football that I made?
No, I made that football just now.
Okay, I must be wrong then.
You made the other object, whatever it was.
I'm joining PGJ GPU.
No, that was the room that you just joined. I left. Remember? Here's a new one if you want to join.
All right, so there, just there, it looked like I created a plant. Is that what happened?
Yeah, you did. You created a plant.
Okay.
So something's wrong with mine. I'm all broken. I can't even move my hand.
I took the sticker away
Oh,
from you and you're freed.
yeah, that's weird. There's something wrong with that sticker for me. There is a bug with that sticker right now for me, which is interesting. I can't move. It locks me into place. Here, move that sticker. Yeah. All right, now I'm gonna delete that sticker. Oh, I can't. You delete it. Okay. Interesting. I make this, I'm fine. All right, now you try to make one, and I'm fine with that. That's weird. What was that? Basically, that sticker didn't exist to me, so it wouldn't let me
I want to do
grab
a
it, I
comic
guess.
that's like, it's just this and a bunch of kids sitting around, and then it's just like a dude in the future being like, yeah, I didn't really put a lot of work into that show or the mascot.
Alright, I want to try again here. I want to see if that's a repeatable error. If the first sticker that a client makes for some reason is bugged for me.
Did you leave the room just now?
Yes. You'll notice it if all the stickers disappear, it's almost that. And if you lose your hand.
Alright, awesome. It all fits, and I don't have to go on to the.
Let's see that baby.
All right, join this room, Chris. I'll test this some more. Chris.
Oh, sorry. I don't see a new code. I see K98NJH. Is that right?
Oh, sorry, I put it in the wrong chat. All right, you create the sticker. Now don't touch it. Okay, now I'm good. It must have just been a temporary, like some sort of network.
I grabbed it first last time, didn't I? I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't think so. I remember because I went to go roll over it and it just wasn't. I wasn't able to do anything with it. So the issue was that it said it was already in the It said it was already in the. Oh, this is like a great Elvis thing, huh? Already in a dictionary, so for some reason that it like thought it had already had that sticker, which is interesting. Oh, now it broke.
I
Okay,
just
hold
tabbed out of my
on.
window. Is that one? I just tabbed out of my window to fuck with my sound
No,
stuff.
I don't think the tab out would do it. But let me hold on, get down to the bottom of my console log.
Where the fuck is the mixer?
Okay. Null reference. Object not set to an instance of an object. Alright, move the glasses, Chris. It's the glasses. Why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Okay, and again, yeah. Alright, I don't know what that is, but I'll have to test it. I don't know how to fucking test that. It
What?
seems to be
Wait, what's the
random.
issue?
There's some. You move those glasses again. I can't. There's a null reference for some reason on some stickers you create, even though it's clearly in the game. Like it's syncing and everything. I just can't hover over it because something about it is null for me. But I can't see what the null reference is until I can run my editor. My editor's building right now, so I can't actually check what's happening.
That gave work.
Yeah, that sticker too. Fuck, what the fuck is happening? And why is this only happening all of a sudden? We were just playing constantly with no issues.
Here, hold on. I feel
I
like
quit
it's
out.
weird how it's literally started the exact moment I tabbed out. But is this the same exact error as
I
before?
quit out. You won't be able to do anything. There's not the exact same error as before. No.
I will say then that it's weird how exactly it happened when I tapped out.
I think that is unlikely to be the case though, because it should be like you're not the host, so it shouldn't matter for you, and you don't own that sticker. To the server really owns.
I may have been holding a
You
sticker when I
only.
tapped out. I may have been in the sticker.
That won't matter anyway
Okay.
either. Alright, I'll test it a bunch on my side. Whenever my build's done. It's the only really way to test it. I need to know what that null reference actually is.
Yeah, I like that GIF. It works.
Yeah, came out good.
When I'm growing or shrinking a sticker, it should look like I'm pulling out a like a knob on the other person's screen. I know we're not worried about that right now. But
Yeah, I can't seem to replicate it when I just play by myself.
do you want to yeah, send me the new code and I'll try picking it up first? Did it not happen when you picked it up first just now and then the other bug happened?
Here's um
Alright, I'm gonna try picking it up first. And also, I'll try. Are there any stickers on the screen to you right now?
no.
Okay. Boom. And I pick it up. Then you pick it up.
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, so what caused it initially? I thought it was that.
No, just keep making new stickers. I think it was just one of the sticker came in a bad spot. And feel free to tab out and stuff, I guess. Maybe make a
Alright,
sticker
here.
and tab out.
Here, I'm in this sticker. I'm tabbing out. Now.
Yeah, that won't matter. But like I think it should be new stickers you make where that could be an issue.
Alright, I'm making one and tabbing out.
No, just keep making new stickers. Oh, here it is. It happened. It just
Okay,
seems to be random based on the number of stickers you make.
so
Nothing specific happened. I think it's just random right now, and I won't be able to diagnose it until I can get into my editor. Now the question is, though, can I recreate it locally? Is it some sort of lag issue? Because I couldn't recreate it with my other client. So let me restart this. I blacked out in case you're.
I still have my hand. I can still make
That's
stickers.
interesting. You shouldn't have.
Oh, now that was weird. So I could make stickers for a little while, then all of the stickers except 2 of them disappeared and my hand disappeared all at once.
Interesting. Also, sometimes mine. It'll only spawn stickers below where I can see. I can understand why. Okay, I can replicate it at least locally, so that means that's good news for me trying to figure out. Fix this. Means I should be able to replicate it in my editor. Once I know what's null, it shouldn't be too hard to fix.
Jeff, what do you think of the song Urban Gentry? We can't use it because it's non-commercial, but the vibe of it. It's up in that group from above.
Didn't realize I was muted. Give me one.
Lauren
It's a good
liked
name
this
for
one.
it.
When I was playing them for Lauren, and I said, which one do you think would fit the vibe of our game? She picked this one.
It is super Squirrel Nut Zipper Z.
Yes, it is.
It's like, the suits are picking up the bill.
Yeah.
Alright, let me find like a. Yeah, what do I want? Like a Birdland Jam.
Dave, I need one of the oh, Dave's not here. I need one of the cop running. I can make that actually. I made a good comic.
You need to get rid of the poof sound too, because when you Or I guess we just need to make sure it can only play once, because when you replace a sticker, it plays like 50 fucking times.
You can turn off all the sounds for now. That's fine. I will do a sound pass soon.
I also realized that if I put it on my really tall monitor and full screen, even though it goes 16 by 9, right now the code for placing the random sticker in the co-op room just checks for screen size, which is the size of the whole monitor, even though the black bars are like most of it. So it'll place the sticker in the black bar area. I need to make it. But for now, I'm just gonna have it put it on the same height as Mr. Ideas, just a random place. That way, random X position, but same height. That way it's easy enough to figure out.
Is there only one sticker set that contains all the like eyeballs and shit?
Yeah, there's one that contains all the accessory eyeball things.
Comic.
We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in
This is indeed an awesome upright bass solo. My dog agrees.
Hey, looking for something more upbeat though, like a.
I kind of like this for
I think the samba was was in the right direction.
Oh wait, I didn't even see the samba.
Oh, like everything I put in before that, besides Elvis Costello, was samba. Yeah, put 2 other things in there. Huh.
Oh no, I did see this one. Okay, the second Samba one, I did not see.
I mean, obviously, ignore the dude singing.
Yeah, I figured for all the vocals, just tune them out. The first Samba does feel very Nintendo. It gives me a Mario Sunshine kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Which I think is fine. I'm fine with
Can
hidden, like tapping on people's inside nostalgia in secret ways, like the Nickelodeon colors on that one screen.
Also, I don't necessarily want this for the game, but I need to share it with someone else.
Okay. Sorry, Marcus,
I
what were you
can't
saying?
replicate that bug now. I just can't replicate it now. The bug. Why don't you
Didn't
join
you
this
say
room and
you
just go
had
with
at
the.
the beginning? I thought you
I
were like
did once, but like it's a random. It seems to be random. Try joining this one just to see if it's easier to replicate with you in it.
Alright,
Maybe it has something to do with actual network lag. Like there's an actual race condition somewhere. So join that one and let me know, and then we'll see.
There's also a video of this guy playing his beard like a string instrument.
hold on, I didn't make it to the video yet. Although I'll put it on
That's
while
fine. Oh no! You have to watch.
Okay, okay, I see. I see how it's starting. All right, boom, joining the game.
Annoyingly, I exited out with this hand. Oh, there it goes. Okay.
I'm gonna say I see three
Yeah,
hands. Is Jeff in here?
yeah. No,
No.
no. No, I was in there with someone else, and I wanted to see how long it took for that other hand to leave. Takes about a minute. All right, keep going. Just keep making things until my hand stops.
Come here.
Oh, there's Jeff.
Everyone's got good colors this time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a fun. Oh, I like that. There we go. Perfect.
yeah. Yeah, like now it's solid. It seems to be. I bet you it's connection based, and like maybe one of our connections got kind
Do
of
you not have to pick it up
messy.
for it to happen, or are you just scrolling over it?
No, I just scroll over it. Yeah, that's all. That's when it happens.
Huh.
It's like there's a missing component on the thing. Like there's a missing renderable or something. Maybe it happens when I'm on your hand while it appears. Try going like that. Try keep going. Maybe I had to be on it when it's appearing. I'm gonna start dragging shit around.
I thought it was happening when dragging, but like I do have a terrible memory for what happens in like the moment to moment of the moving around of the stickers.
Somehow now I've lost the poof. Oh, there it goes. Now it's back. Yeah, it seems solid now. I don't know why. For no reason, no explainable reason. It is very solid.
There was always two players before when it broke, maybe? Let me exit. Going back to the main menu. And it worked.
You should be able to rejoin. I can rejoin. I don't know why Dave was having issues with it. Dave may have been on an older version though. So you could, but no, because he had the main menu. But you joined and you have a hand. Yeah, some things I don't get. But you should be able to rejoin basically as much as you want.
Yeah, I
The only
just
thing
was
that's
able to.
annoying that happens right now is it will destroy all of the stickers that you own at the last time of when you leave,
I'm
which
gold
can be
colored, not
annoying.
piss colored. Don't get it twisted.
You're lemonade colored.
That lemonade's gotta be. I go a bit like brighter on the value.
I think I should make all these colliders like the insides of them. You should be able to pick it up right here.
It's hard to
Can't.
predict where for some of them, but yes, for that one for sure.
This one too. I thought that maybe you'd want to have something in there, but no, really you only want at the ends. Like people will understand if you uh if you can't grab it inside here.
All right. Well, I gotta go to bed soon. So, do we want
Yeah,
to?
I mean it seems to be working. I quit out. That should have, or that did not kick you guys out, right? Because that code's not in yet. So
It did not kick me out.
that code's in. All right. Well, we'll try again in tomorrow or something, or maybe Thursday. And we'll see if we can reproduce that bug
All right. Should
reliably.
I make
Maybe
a Google sheet for them to sign up on under the Heartlamp email, Google, and then we'll send this out on Thursday. Does that sound good?
yeah, Thursday I think is a good one. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Let me watch this thing that Jeff put in here.
I'll catch you guys later. I'm tired.
Alright. So
Big ideas.
Oh no, I don't want to watch it in here. I want to watch it big. Okay. This guy looks like he's having a fucking great life.
I know, right?
He's
I'm so jealous. Just
How
sitting
long
in
ago?
a
This was
river.
posted 4 years ago, but it must have been taken or much earlier than that, right?
It says 1985 in the title of the video. But it seems like it's from the 70s. At least the video quality.
Do you think these dudes hang out with him normally? Ah,
I
that's
don't
cool.
know.
The fucking when he
The
dunks
flute
the
thing.
flute. Or do you think he tested the, you know, the notes on the bottles and was like, okay, I could put this together. I need to find 4 dudes to come just like blow on a fucking cola bottle.
He doesn't seem too interested in planning.
That's true. It would be kind of amazing if this just somehow it doesn't exist this way, right? But this just, you know, guy holding camera walks into the woods and just sees this. And like the siren song, he comes, he wades into the water with his camera.
Emerges from the.
Ah, you should base a D&D character off this guy. Actually, I have kind of the perfect scenario for that. I wish I had a bunch of money so I could go fucking trip in the Amazon like all the rich people do. Amazon Santa. That's what I'll name the character. That was something.
Yeah, that like. I don't even know how I came upon that.
Yeah, what else was in your feed when that came up?
Exactly. I have no idea.
It would be I would love if YouTube literally told you we're giving you this because of this. Also, this is always in my these are always in my feed, and I stole a bunch of them for the pinball game. But this person, wait, is it the same person? Witch Bolt, yes. But mostly I just fucking love, like, look through their videos and the cover art for them is like exactly what I would want on the pinball machine.
Oh, that looks cool. Yeah.
They're all rad. The one with the sword and the mushrooms is rad. Called Bellow.
It's like a wood carving thing.
I love the way that looks. If you could reproduce that style in any way for any project ever, I would use it.
It's pretty easy to do, honestly.
It looks that way, but I'm so bad at things. Like, I can do it if I copy it in a way that's just rote copying, but I actually had a hard time. I tried to, like, make some art for the pinball machine top, and I could not replicate this style in time for a game jam, at least. If I had more time, maybe, sure. But, alright. Time to go to bed. Catch you later.
Catch you later.